was like this weird. It was this weird thing that didn't really need to. Like it was
Oh.
good for like the first year or two.
Seems like we're live.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Let's just. Oh yeah. Shit is right.
Are we live?
We're live.
All right, let's go.
Okay, let's go. Just give me 1 second. Hold on. I'm sorry.
What the hell are you doing?
What the hell are you doing?
I'm just here. You know.
Is there an echo?
Not for me.
Oh, shit.
I just left Utah.
Is there an echo for everybody else?
Hello?
Yeah. Oh.
Hello?
Yeah. Hold
There
on.
we
Give me
go.
a sec. Hold on. Sorry. Hold on.
I swear, everybody, we're going to talk about Last of Us before the day is over.
Last of Us.
We do.
The Last of Us.
If it will be the last thing we do, but goddamn it, we'll do it.
Oh yeah.
All right. Let's do this. Hey everyone, and welcome to the penultimate place to get your movie and TV news and reviews. Tonight, I am joined by one of our residential JRPG gurus, Lane Freeland, the master of all things anime and manga, Ryan Smith, and of course, the Marvel Daddy himself, Eric Ginn. How we doing, fellas?
Doing
Like
good.
So we're doing good.
We're doing great.
Yeah? We shouldn't be, because this was a hell of a fucking episode. So, this is episode 69 of the Cross Media Show. Nice.
Hell,
Nice.
freaking yeah, we did it.
And
Yep.
today's topic is our review of episodes 8 and 9 of HBO's The Last of Us. But before we get into our discussion, if you're listening to this on your favorite podcast service, feel free to give us a good rating on that platform. It helps with the algorithms and helps us grow our audience. If you're watching this on YouTube, consider dropping a like and a sub, and please do not forget to hit that bell to get notifications for when we go live with all of our shows, like the Penultimate Game Show, the Marvel Mondays Initiative, and Anime Nation. I think we have some housekeeping. I'm not really sure. I'm sorry. It's been a while. We're going to be doing Penultimate Game Show this week. What we'll talk about, fucking pick
Who knows?
anything in the games industry. You know?
And it's Monday. We don't know what could happen this week.
Exactly.
If you were Kirby, what would you suck first? Things like that.
Jesus Christ.
That fire ability he gets.
That was good. That was real good. Thank you, Eric. I really appreciate that. As always, please feel free to leave your thoughts and questions on our SpeakPipe at speakpipe.com/penultimateconquest. Listen, it's been a while. Lane, we haven't really seen you for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I just disappeared for a bit.
Yeah, you just got snapped out of existence for a couple of weeks. So, do me a favor and tell me what you've thought of the last couple of episodes of The Last of Us.
All right. Let's see. Where did I leave off?
I think it was like 3 episodes.
Okay.
It'd be the flashback, the DLC.
Oh, Left Behind. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Left Behind was really good. I actually hadn't played the DLC, so I was kind of going in fresh on that episode. Really good, really sad, obviously. People Last of Us can't be happy for some reason.
Of course not.
It's a really, really good episode. Let's see, someone after that. So I want to say, was the David episode the one right after that? Or was
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. David episode was incredible, and the guy, I don't know the actor who played David, but he did a phenomenal job. The one where he has Ellie in the cell and he's like touching her hands, still gave me like the heebie-jeebies. Maybe skin crawl. Troy Baker was great as usual. I loved him playing James. I had to do the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood like point with screen. There he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was amazing. And then the finale, which we're gonna talk about. There it was. Oh my god, it's so good.
Okay. Eric, are you still with us?
I'm right here.
Okay. What have you thought about the show in its entirety?
The show in its entirety. Well, obviously I was supposed to be on here to talk about the pilot, but I couldn't. So I've mainly binged the whole Last of Us show in like the last week and a half because I've been so busy. But But it's been really good. Like, obviously, I think this is the best video
Be right
game
back.
adaptation. All right. Now's our chance to overthrow Ruben.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, we get our
All right.
now Ruben's gone.
So I think while we're here, Lane. So did
Yep.
you like the DLC episode?
Yes, very good.
Okay.
It was the one thing that was like somewhat fresh because I was like, this is the one piece of like Last of Us I haven't gotten into.
You've never played Left Behind?
Yeah, I didn't play Left Behind because I played Last of Us like not long after it like just came out.
Yeah, back
So,
in the summer of 2013.
Yeah, and I haven't really played through the whole thing again since. So I never got around to playing Left Behind.
Well, now you can play the remake of it on PS5 for
I gotta buy it.
$69.99.
Yeah, see, that's why I
because
haven't
we're
played.
sponsored by Sony now. That's what it is.
Hey, if
course.
Sony wants-
Oh,
if
I've been
you-
taking that Sony money.
Yeah,
Alright,
Neil, hey,
I'm-
you want to give me a code, buddy?
This
I'm
is
gonna
so
check and see if I need
interesting.
to put-
Ryan's been taking that
Oh.
money for years, but he's the Xbox guy here, so
I need to go check and see if I need to put Ruby to crib. I'll be right back.
okay, no
Y'all just
problem.
keep going.
I almost burned down my house. I totally
don't-
forgot.
Did you leave the
left-
oven on?
No, I left something on the stove and it just like almost went up in flames.
Like, ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like,
Like-
how close were you to grabbing a fire extinguisher?
Maybe not that close, but like
Okay.
give it a couple more minutes. I probably would have grabbed the fire extinguisher, grabbed the dogs, and just called 911. Yeah.
Grab the dog, grab the PS5.
You can Discord from your phone after you call 911.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes, and also
in the parking lot while we watch your
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just keep recording.
Yeah,
till-
and also
till-
until the computer burns down.
Yeah, you gotta do it. Yeah, you gotta do it for the gram, as the kids say.
Sure. Oh man,
For the insurance.
I'm sorry, Ryan. Have you said what you thought about these last two episodes?
Okay, so I've only been off one episode. I was there for DLC.
Yeah, I know, but you weren't here. We weren't here last week.
Yeah, so
But
I
we're also
I
talking
thought we
about
were
this.
saving episode 9 for this episode.
We're saving episode 8 and 9 for this episode.
So I'll just get my opinions on my brief opinions then.
Yeah.
For the David episode, absolutely fantastic. The acting was absolutely chilling, like Lane was mentioning, and I just think it really was the time where we got to really experience that, like, oh, there are bad humans out here. Like, even in Kansas City?
I think so.
Yeah.
In Kansas City, like, there was a reason for why all of that was happening. Like, you could justify both sides. You can't justify this. It shows, like, actually bad people, and you get that realization that they do exist in this world, and they're out there. And so I think that was really interesting to see and all that. And also, the moment when Joel finds her, what a moment. Oh, my God.
I got you, baby
Had
girl.
me tearing up.
Oh,
That's tearing up. Oh my god! And then the final episode, I think it's an okay episode. I have some problems with it.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, the David episode, we didn't get to talk about it last week. But that really just got as intense as the video game does, and I might even say a little more intense than the video game does, because I don't know, for me it's oh shit, this is actually happening to a real person as opposed to a video game where it's just characters, if that makes sense. Like, they're not real people, but they are, but they aren't, you know. It was also very weird, the David stuff, where she's in the cage and he's just like making advances. I was like, oh god, that's slimy and gross. Yeah.
I mean, that's in the game too.
No, I know, but I was just saying, like,
Oh.
it's different when it's a video game, if that makes sense.
Well, since it had been so long since I played the game, I forgot about the stuff when she's in the cell and he's like trying to like talk to her over it. I was like, oh, I forgot about this. And it makes it even more gross. So
Yeah.
Like, oh god, like
It's gross, super gross.
I think the main thing, the issue I had, if we're just gonna dive into this.
Mm-hmm.
I felt as though like the big reveal with David with Ellie was like very rushed because I feel as though it wasn't like really earned. Like when you play the game, you know, you do all that stuff with David, you fight through the infected and all that stuff, then you get to that big reveal.
Yeah.
Whereas in this one, it's like the first conversation they really have is, "Oh, by the way, yep, you're that kid who killed, or with that group that killed one of my guys." And I was like, "Oh, all right." And that's the problem with having like an hour-long TV show. You gotta move stuff on. Um, Whereas probably that section with David is probably about 45 minutes to an hour in the game. So I just thought it was a little bit rushed.
I
Okay.
mean, to be fair, they could have also stretched the episode because, like, not all the
Mhm.
episodes were either like some of them were over an hour,
Yeah.
and then some of them were like under. So, like,
Mm.
I feel like if they wanted to add that in, they could have been like, "Yeah, this episode's gonna be a little longer," and we're gonna like add, you know, the stuff with David, like you were saying.
I think, I think for a TV show, it stayed, it stayed. What am I trying to say here? It was okay for the amount of time that we spent with David. You know, like we didn't have to dive too deep into it. We need to stare it back to the main focus of the story, which is them getting to the Fireflies. But I mean, yes, it was still like fucking traumatizing. Like you even see it in episode 9, where in the beginning, where she's just like not really paying attention to shit, you know. But
The eyes are open, but the lights aren't on, kind of thing.
yeah, exactly. But Eric, I'm sorry, did I cut you off before you left?
About what? About how I thought about the whole show
Yeah.
so far? Yeah. I mean, I think it's really great. Like I said, I think it's one of the best video game adaptations we've ever had. If, possibly the best. Yeah. No, let me just say this. This is the best video game adaptation
But
we've ever
what
had of
about
anything.
Sonic?
You rat bastard.
This is the best video game
You
adaptation we've ever
fucking
had.
monster. You
Um,
monster, Eric.
Like, okay, Ruben, I hate to rain on your parade.
I'm
but
just
let's
messing
be
with
real.
you. I'm just messing.
And like, I think I agree with some people. I agree with most people reviewing the show. I think the show is at its best is when it tries to do new stuff.
Yeah.
Like, because
No.
you
No.
don't know, like it's kind of like the Kansas City stuff was excellent. I love the Kansas City stuff. I thought that was possibly my favorite moment of the show so far. I mean, just the whole season was the Kansas City stuff. And let's see. And like I said, sometimes things just felt a little rushed, but that's because we're just so used to it. We have the source material. This is the thing where it's like, oh, this was in the book, now it's out in the movie. So for what it is, the show is incredible. Like the acting is so like this. We expected this.
Yeah.
So,
I am very glad that they managed to land the plane safely and like actually give us a good adaptation from a video game for one of the many attempts, you know? Like this was the one that hit the mark, and I'm very glad that it hit. Eric, I've been asking pretty much everybody that has been a guest on the show, do you think this was magic in a bottle? Do you think that we'll be able to get another bottle of magic with God of War TV show
uh,
on Amazon?
I was thinking about that today because I'm almost done with Ragnarok. Like I'm still playing through Ragnarok right now, and I'm playing it, and I'm like, man, what are they gonna do for a God of War TV show? Because like you gotta tread that fine line, which is weird because you know The Boys goes super nuts, and it's one of the most beloved shows out there. So like, you just gotta have the right writers and directors. That's literally all you have to do. Like,
Now, for God of War, again, I've also pitched this to everyone who's been on.
Yes.
What if instead of doing the 2018 God of War, we go back and we make it look like 300 and it's the PS2 games?
oh man, I feel
It'd
as
be
though
so bad, but
yeah,
it'd
but I
be
said
great.
I feel as though they will do the 2018 because
Oh,
like
they
that's
have
the
to. That's
yeah
the
that's the
God of
one
War
where
that's
it's
good.
Yeah, but
like oh whoa.
Okay, that's the God of War that's good as a story, and not
Yeah.
just fun to play.
Yeah,
Okay, like
yeah.
God of War 2 is still the greatest action game ever made.
Oh,
So,
I love God of War 3.
I just
understand.
feel like you can't go to God of War 2018 without giving us the backstory of Kratos with
Well, I
God
feel
of
as
War
though-
1, 2, 3.
well, look how impactful like they did it here with Bill, and they did it with like the Left Behind stuff. Like you can tell the story and then have like flashbacks.
Yeah,
Like-
but
Think how big like that
Okay.
that this is. I think we're getting a little off tangent here, thinking more about God of War. But
Yeah.
like, I feel as though like I think the number one thing they should do is get Corey Balrog. Barlog, excuse me, I said Balrog.
Oh,
Yeah, you get him with the show.
okay. I mean, he
Right,
is
like-
on the show.
Okay, I
He's
didn't
an
know he was
executive
with the show.
producer.
Okay, either like Neil was for
Yeah.
this. Like, have the people who make the show part of it in some way, shape, or form.
Okay.
But yeah, this is. I don't know if this is lightning in a bottle. I think this is just.
That's what I was trying to
It
say.
didn't need to be. It's just. It's really good. It's about time. Like,
Yeah.
there's been a. And this show is gonna like do really well at Emmys. I feel as though this show is gonna do a really outstanding.
Oh, Pedro's walking away with one.
Yeah, but will
There's gonna be episodes that also win.
Ashley Johnson finally get an Oscar for this? That's the real question.
I don't know, but we can talk about that here in a sec.
I'm
Can
sorry.
we talk about how? Can we talk about how they made like Troy Baker look not as handsome in this show?
yeah, he wasn't like just. Yeah, he looked like a normal person.
like a normie.
Yeah, he looked like one of us.
Like he's one of us.
like shout out to the makeup department for making that handsome man look like a normal person.
I mean, you kind of have
I
to.
think
You
it
know?
could be done.
You
Like how,
kind
like,
of.
but then when they make him ugly, he's still like the most attractive dude on screen. I'm like, come on, that's not fair.
You kind of have to. Because it just makes sense. You can't have a pretty boy in the apocalypse. It's just not how that works.
You're always the ones to get eaten first.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, I have been keen up with this because my Mondays have been busy. So how do we do this? We just like spitball like whatever we want to talk about with the episode, or
we're going to go into the plot of episode 8 first, and then we'll, you could stop me if you have something to say, and then we'll go into plot 9. All right?
okay. So like OG Marvel Mondays here. Let's go.
Exactly. Shh. It's not like I ripped that off of something else,
Play dress yourself.
Episode 8, When We Are in Need. Ellie leaves Joel, who is still recovering, to hunt for food. After shooting a deer, she tracks the wounded animal and encounters a preacher, David, and his fellow hunter, James. I'm looking at
No,
you.
I
James.
just want to say, God, I wish this opened with the rabbit shot.
Oh, yeah. That's what...
I was wanting the rabbit so bad.
I was like, oh, people are gonna be upset. People are gonna be like, ooh.
yeah, they kind of had to change it.
Gate that one.
They had to change it. You can't have
Oh,
I
don't-
really just wanted to see the meme of like
that Twitch
that
girl.
one that Twitch
Yeah.
girl, yeah, when
Yeah.
they eat the rabbit.
I was hoping she did a live reaction to that scene. I posted up on YouTube or whatever, but I guess not.
Get those views.
She trades her deer for penicillin. David reveals that the man who stabbed Joel was a member of his group. And I'm not sure, was this part of the game? Was he a member of the group?
So it was. I think it was the Pittsburgh. This stuff happened in Pittsburgh, and that was David's group.
Gotcha.
Because like they even mentioned this one that David is from Pittsburgh area. So in the
Okay.
game, it's all the stuff to do. Which will you say this? This brings me to an excellent point. You know what? Like, I don't like to look at like plot holes and shit like that because I think it's stupid. You know what I don't like about Raiders and like any type of post-apocalyptic shit or like anyone when you fight humans. So let's say this. You three are coming to like my stronghold. Like
Yeah.
you're potentially coming in. You're going
Yeah.
to basically kill me and like all the people in there, get all
I'm
our
there.
supplies. Okay. Well, that's what I'm trying to like. Y'all's purpose is to come here and like kill me and take all my stuff. Okay, that's what your goal is. Whereas I like when I defend myself. Say I shot like I'm not gonna say Ruben because that would be an easy thing for me to say. Say like,
I'm sorry,
like-
what?
say I take out Ryan. Okay, say I take out Ryan, and then Lane would be like, "Oh my God, you killed him, you motherfucker!"
Brian.
It's like y'all
It'd
were
be the
coming to
South
do
Park
this
effect.
shit.
Yeah, I'm like, are you saying there wouldn't be bastard?
No, it would be like, weren't y'all's purpose here to come here and kill me and take my stuff?
I mean, yeah, when you put it that way, yes, we were coming here to kill you and take your stuff, but
Like,
we
but
were gonna
then when
ask
I
about
did-
it first, you know.
But like defending, like in the gas station scene when Joel shoots one, he goes, "Oh my God, they killed him!" Like y'all were shooting at me.
Yeah, yes.
Oh my! I didn't even think about that. Yeah, 'cause
Yes.
like, oh, they
Yeah.
got him. Look, they killed. They
Like,
killed Josh.
Y'all
Yeah,
were-
but
y'all were-
in their defense, I think they were like trying to make sure that the guy who killed their leader's brother was not getting
no,
out.
still like the thing is like they're still shooting at me.
Oh, I'm like,
It's
you guys, I was walking across the street.
You got hit. Like,
Like,
yeah.
I kill one of you, and they're like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you would do that."
How dare you?
The whole town is now. There's tanks on the streets now.
Yeah.
I just want to get that off my chest because I was watching that today. I'm like, you know what really grinds my gears is when they do this in post-apocalyptic shit.
Well, you know, you kind of have to. All right. David reveals that I already said that. Ellie leaves to treat Joel. The next day, she discovers that David and his men have followed her to seek vengeance on Joel. She flees to draw them away, but is captured. And can I just say that fucking scene where the guy, I think it was James that shoots the fucking
Who's the
Yeah.
horse?
horse. Oh my God, that was insanity. And then at the
I was
end of
like, "Oh,
the
the
episode,
horse."
yeah, then at the end of the episode, they were like, "It's not a real horse, guys." I was like, "Good." I felt bad for that horse.
No, they
Hey,
didn't
man.
kill a horse.
Hey,
for
you
the
never
people.
know. They were gonna kill a live rabbit. Okay, you never know. Okay, you never know. You never know. But also, it looked very realistic. You know.
It's like very real.
Yeah, there was no blood though, so that's what
Did
kind
it
of.
look?
I think it looked real.
Have you seen the people who are like the giraffe ain't real?
Oh yeah, that giraffe was
That-
definitely not
Okay.
real.
There
No,
were
it was
some
real.
moments where I thought that thing was fucking real.
There
No,
were,
they,
but
no,
like
they,
the
they did use a real giraffe.
They
no, they didn't.
Like when
They
it
did.
stuck its tongue out, I was like, "That's a
Well,
real
if you go
giraffe
see
right there."
there's behind the scenes images of them petting a giraffe.
No, there's no way. When she's feeding the giraffe, that's not real.
That was
No, that's not real. Lane, I can tell you, you're telling me if that giraffe is real, then Sonic is real. All right.
Giraffes eating leaves. What's next?
Next thing you're gonna tell me is a fucking supersonic hedgehog going around. You know.
I wish. Oh man.
At David's camp, he reveals he's been feeding his group human flesh, guys. Ugh.
wait. I just
Disgusting.
before we move on.
Uh-huh.
This is from GameSpot.
can't
Last
trust
of
you.
Us Season 1 finale giraffe real, not CGI. The giraffe's name is Naboo.
No, there's no way that you look at that scene and you're telling me there's a real giraffe in that scene. I'm not
Have
fucking
you-
buying it.
Have you not seen a giraffe?
I
before?
have, but like just that giraffe. Okay, let me rephrase. It,
Horns. I'm not really.
it might not have been CGI, but it was computer graphically placed into that scene. Like, they
so
shot the-
the background of it is what makes it weird. It's in a green screen room.
I just posted the
So you're
giraffe.
telling
Yeah,
me they
giraffe.
managed to wrangle a giraffe into a green screen room?
Some-
I'm not
some
fucking
giraffe-
buying it.
That's like what it looked
Easily
like.
trainable.
No, I don't know if that's true.
Ruben just gave me the same energy of you telling me a shrimp fried this rice.
No, there's no way. I'm not buying it. Because if you're telling me that people were able to train giraffes, you don't think we'd be fucking.
You can train any animal if
No,
you're like,
it's not true.
yes, you
It's not true.
Yeah.
literally go to
Yeah.
the zoo.
Literally,
go to the zoo.
and then literally go see people at the zoo getting their arms ripped off by gorillas.
Where do you
Yeah,
see
check
this?
the group chat.
This is why I don't go to-
We just sent you the
Where
image
do you
of
see
the
people
giraffe.
getting their arm ripped off by gorillas?
What do you mean?
Where do you see this?
What do you mean? Have you not been to the zoo?
Yeah,
Yeah, I've
Hey,
been to
Bob,
the zoo. I've
been
never
to the
seen anyone get killed by it.
Tell me the last time you saw a gorilla.
The
rip
last
off
time I
his
saw a
arm with
gorilla rip
zoo.
somebody's arm off was no. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. The last time I saw a gorilla get aggressive and almost break the glass. There's no
King
fucking
Kong
way.
2016.
No, I was gonna say no. It was last year. There was a girl at a zoo. We're getting really off topic here, but here we are.
This is a show.
There was a girl at a zoo, and she was looking at the gorilla, and then she turned around for her dad to take a picture. The gorilla fucking charged at the glass and almost broke it.
Right, don't turn your back on animals. Like literally, is like
Don't
less
turn
than
your
one.
back on it.
That's literally like don't turn your back on like lions or tigers.
Well, yeah, of course, lions and tigers, and
Why would you
bears
do
too.
the same thing with like a 500-pound muscle machine?
Hey man, I don't know what to tell you. Okay,
I'm gonna
Eric,
check on
are we
Ruby.
really
I'll be
gonna
back.
bring the Harambe into this? Like, why
can
did they
bring
kill
up Harambe
Harambe?
at all.
Why
Oh my
did they
God.
kill Harambe? You know.
Lane,
Did he
Lane,
get
take
out?
over while I'm gone. Lane, take
Okay.
over while I'm gone, please.
Right.
Anyway.
Didn't the gorilla get out or something?
No,
So-
the gorilla was saving a boy, and they decided to kill
And then they
somebody.
shot him, and
Yeah.
then everyone's.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
if I remember, dicks were out for him.
Everybody thought, yeah, R.I.P. Harambe, never forget. Everybody thought Harambe was going to kill the kid, and it turns out he was just protecting them. And then everybody, the people that were in the galley, looking like,
Why hasn't there been one of those like animal movies about that? About like, oh, you know, a boy
Oh, give it 10
because
years.
a
no,
boy has
if they
gorilla, and then
do,
the ending is really sad.
because when inevitably the rapture comes to kill us all, all we need to do is show them this movie, and it's just like, yeah, just get rid of us all, you know.
Okay.
Except for the people who support Harambe.
Oh
Anyway.
my God, you're still talking about this.
So
Anyway, the giraffe is fake. I won't
no,
believe
that's
it.
a real. I just showed you an image of that giraffe. You've
There's
looked at that
no
image.
fucking way that giraffe is real. Okay. Why is it blue, Ryan? Why is it blue?
I'm sorry, I used the wrong screen.
Why
they
is it
used.
blue? Okay, I'm not buying
I
it.
think you're thinking of like the buildings around them were all CGI, that was pretty noticeable.
I'm telling you right now, there's no way that giraffe is real. But we're not here to talk about the giraffe just yet. Oh no. Oh,
Oh my god.
You didn't tell me that kids. You didn't tell me that kid's fake, Ruben.
that kid is not fake,
Look at
unfortunately.
this.
The kid's
Put my
CGI.
hand right there.
Oh man, good to see her. She's so big. Jesus.
Yeah.
Now, is she waving of her own volition, or is she?
No, you could
making her
clearly see that
wave?
I was holding up the arm.
I didn't know if it was CGI or not. I didn't know. Anyway, meanwhile, Joel awakens and tortures some of David's men into telling him Ellie's whereabouts. And man, oh man, I'm gonna say
These
it
were
once.
fucking brutal.
I'm gonna say it
Oh.
once, and I'm gonna say it again. That is the craziest fucking torture trick. Like, to make sure that the guy doesn't tell you the
Same
wrong
thing.
one. Oh man, so good, so good.
I will say, I think the game version of the torture scene was better.
Yeah, because he used it already in the show.
Like, especially like the part like in the game where he like the dude's nodding off and like Joel like slaps him in the face. Like,
Yeah.
come on, wake up.
Yeah.
So but it's still intense.
He did it so well. You know.
Yeah.
It's like he stabs him in the leg with the knife. He's like, "I'll pop your kneecap off if you don't tell me what I want to tell you."
Jesus Christ, that's the
and then
most scared I've ever
Probably
been.
one of my favorite lines in the whole show is when the first guy tells him where it is. He stabs him, and the other guy's like, "Why'd you do that for?" I was gonna tell you the same thing. He's like, "Yeah, I know. I believe the other guy." And it just kills him. I was like, "Bro, come on."
Crazy. David and James attempt to kill Ellie, but she kills James and escapes. And I honestly almost completely forgot that she was bitten. Like the scene where she's like, "I'm bitten. I've been bit. Like, I'm gonna turn any moment now." I'm like, "Oh shit, yeah, I totally forgot. This is what this show's about."
I wonder if it was tough for Troy to like film that scene and have him be like, Ellie, come here, Ellie.
I don't know, but he died a brutal death, man. Jesus.
The cleaver to the neck.
Yeah,
To the face. Yeah.
He got cleaved.
I forget.
Which I thought it would have been poetic if he got killed by Joel in some way.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
like,
Pedro
With a
Pascal.
baseball bat, you know?
No, it's golf club.
I thought maybe
That's
he was
what it was,
going when Joel
He's
was
he's crawling out in the snow, and Joel's just there.
David hunts her down and tries to assault her, but she overpowers him and kills him with a meat cleaver. Oh, she also kills him with the meat cleaver. I don't remember.
Yeah,
that.
they're fight. She drops it, and then they're fighting.
That's right.
And then
That's
she
right. That's
grabs
right.
it, and she
Yeah.
goes,
Joel finds a traumatized Ellie outside the cult's burning community center and comforts her. And also, like, nobody else was gonna stop him, or
That's what I've always wondered because I'm like I don't remember the game part, but like he kills James
yeah.
and then they kill David and then nope, you never see literally anyone else in that compound. Like,
Don't you
literally-
have to stealth your
Yeah,
ass
you-
out of there?
You stealth go through the town and kill people to get to the
That's
meat
it.
place. Yeah.
But also, like, did Ellie not want to tell them, like, you've been fed human flesh, or
We'll
what
find out
purpose
one
does that
day.
serve?
To be fair,
what
I don't
purpose
think
would that serve? The poor girl
No,
is wondering when is she gonna bury her father.
No, so she just did this crazy shit. Like she just butchered this man,
Yeah.
and then she runs out. She's not gonna go. Oh, by the way,
Oh, Joel, hang on. Let me before you.
oh, hold on. I have to send a group text.
Attention.
real quick.
By the way, everyone, Soylent Green is people.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Anyone here like long pig?
Yeah. No, he said it was elk or deer. I
Said it was
think.
venison.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go,
he never
venison.
told us,
I
like,
think I would notice the difference.
It was venison. It tastes real gamey, you know? Like,
Yeah, I'd be like, this is
Mm.
okay.
I don't know.
Like that one guy's been missing for a while.
No, it was the guy that Joel killed.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
And again, the poor girl wanted to bury her father, and David's just like, no.
No, we're eating him.
We'll
First
bury
off,
him in
that-
the spring.
First off, he
After
hit
we eat
her
him.
really hard.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
Oh, he slapped her.
But also, did he
yeah.
think she was gonna forget that he died? Like what? What was his game plan here? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
No, it
That's
doesn't make sense. That's okay.
Crazy cannibal man.
I guess unless he knew he was gonna die. Future spoilers. Maybe he played the game. Who knows?
Wait, I do what?
All right. Let's go to episode 9. Look for the light.
I mean,
Now-
I think like with this one, I was wondering because I didn't watch it live. I was telling Tessa as we were watching this stuff, like I wonder what it's like for people who've never played the game before to be like, oh my god, what? This is a video game?
We should have had our previous guests on.
What?
From earlier in the we should have had our previous guests.
Oh yes, the people from Hopefully Awesome, Matt
Yeah.
and
They
Maggie.
had they had played the game, and I
Yes.
was like, oh, that's really great.
Holy what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
We'll get them on.
Hey,
Probably.
so I've been watching it with a couple people actually. I've watched the show with a few people, and the ones of them who haven't played the game are like, this was a video game, and they're always impressed by it, just how just a good of a story it is for a video game. That's something I've noticed. And they're like, oh, okay,
The last
Hey.
video game I played was Mario.
yeah, pretty much.
Everybody says there was somebody on TikTok that I saw that was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe that this is what video games are nowadays." When I think of somebody talking about video games, I think they're talking about Mario Kart.
Oh, I remember the Atari.
Yeah.
Why were they Australian?
Who knows? Who knows?
Crikey.
Walking
Alright.
Line site.
Now, before we get into episode 9,
Okay.
I want to talk about my overarching problem with episode 9,
What's that?
which is why was this 45 fucking minutes?
Oh.
What are you gonna do?
With the beginning part added in. So we did have Ellie's mom and all that. So we have that car taking up time from away from what it's going to be. It just felt so rushed. And for a show that felt so perfectly paced throughout it, they should have given this just an hour and 20 fucking minutes.
Yeah, but like
I think you could go a lot more because there's just so much I
mean,
would have rather had also in
I
there.
feel like in that last episode they covered everything. Like I don't like. Do I wish it was longer? Yeah, but like
I just think everywhere you could use a little bit more time over it. I think this was just the culmination
I mean,
of
my only
poor
real
pacing.
complaint and why I think the game did better is just because the game's way longer compared
Oh
to
yeah,
the show is like you get more time with Bill and Ellie just like hanging out, walking, like the dialogue when you're walking around. You don't get it like constantly in the show. You get a little bit obviously, but like you can't really write that in as well. That's just like just a medium difference as opposed to like it's not the writing fault. It's just like
it's just the difference of
you
meat. It does.
can't really put that in a TV show.
Yeah. No, I just think there was time just throughout this where they could have just given a little more, and it would have worked better.
That's
But other than that, I think it's a fantastic episode.
Absolutely.
I just think it is, personally, in my opinion, this is the weakest episode of the 9.
And that's okay. Like, we had 8 other episodes that were phenomenal.
And here's the thing, this is like phenomenal, and then it's like right here.
Yeah.
Like it's still really good television.
It's like PS5 with Xbox Series S. You know?
Did you play Hi-Fi Rush, Ruben?
I did, and I didn't like it.
I know it's a terrible take. He has them.
No, I just don't like. I don't like rhythm games.
He has no rhythm.
I don't have any rhythm.
That's true.
I literally don't have rhythm. That's why I don't like them. So, Ryan.
You just have to find it inside you.
I can't. There's nothing inside me. I'm
That's
dead
the
inside.
problem. I think it's not inside of him.
I'm dead inside. All right.
Oh, okay.
Ryan, I have sent the episode 9 plot summary to the group chat. Could you read that real quick while I do something real quick? I'll be right back.
Yeah, I got you.
There's another fire starting.
Now
It's
so?
Ryan time.
it is Ryan time. Hello, I'm Ryan. And now, anytime there's something that I'm saying that you guys want to talk about, just put up your hand or interject, and we'll get there.
I need the Phoenix Wright like objection.
Yeah, truly. Nah, so it starts off in a flashback. Ellie's mother, Annie, who this is our first time ever meeting, is bitten by an infected as she gives birth to Ellie. She is then found by Marlene. You learn that they have a history together. They are very close friends.
Like that's so intense. Like how they started it.
Oh my god, I was like, oh, we're just going at 100.
Full sentence go.
Like it was intense, and because it's the first time we ever meet. Like you said, it's the first time we ever meet, and like the birth, because we were trying to wonder. Like I think it's great to show everyone, hey, this is how Ellie is immune.
I'm glad we also got this. It makes a lot of sense and it's interesting. It's a really unique.
It's in the game. We don't really find out why she's immune.
We're just like, she can't be bit.
She just is.
And then when Ellie's out and like crying and stuff, I'm like, I want to go hold my daughter right now.
It's a hard hitting scene. And then we have Marlene. I like that we get the history of why the Fireflies value Ellie so much. I like that that's there.
Mm-hmm.
So Ellie, I didn't ask Marlene, gets asked to kill Anna, which is also a hard hitting scene. She does it, and then we go into modern day, which is them just walking around the hospital trying to figure out where to go. And then we climb up a lovely long stairs with some really fun video gamey segments that I'm like, okay, so like the lifting up of the to get the ladder, I'm like, that is very much a press triangle moment.
I chuckled with Tessa today when we were watching it. I'm like, oh look, it's a pallet right there. We haven't seen a pallet all season. This is what he used to get across the water. Just like, what? That's not like, yeah, it's really an Easter egg. Only true Last of Us fans will get it.
Only true Last of Us fans were fans of pallets. But so we get to that. They have their nice little conversation, all that, and then we get up. We keep seeing her then being not really all there. She's still noticing the effects of all the horrible things that's happened to her in last episode, and also it's the end of the journey and all that. But while she's climbing, she then begins to focus up and up we go, and we finally see some real, not CGI giraffe. In one of the most iconic scenes from the video game. Really the last tender moment before a lot of sadness. So then we're in there for that. We have the whole giraffe scene. It's lovely, as always.
Didn't exist.
The giraffes are real, Ruben. They have a name.
I'll believe when I see it.
You've seen it. All right.
I had to be there physically.
Okay. Well, we hope we can get you on set. And then they finally figure out where the hospital is. They're going there. And bam, flashbang. It's like you're playing Call of Duty. Flashbang rolls in, and you're on the floor. And then it is just as pretty much as rapid as the game was to waking up and like, where are we? What's going on? Kind of deal.
Yeah.
And then it really kicks into gear. Because Joel begins to put the pieces together about what's going to happen to Ellie through waking up, talking to Marlene, and Marlene's basically like the cordyceps. We can copy the cells, all that. Then we can give it out to the people. You realize cordyceps grows in the brain, and then Joel understands, and you begin to see him let go a little bit and accept what he's going to have to do here. And this is actually the scene out of everything in The Last of Us I was the most worried about, because the reason why I think this scene has so much impact while playing the game is you are forced as a player
to do
those actions.
Yeah.
And that's a very hard experience to replicate for something like this. Now, I do think they did a fantastic job trying. I think the way this is shot, the way this whole scene goes down, is pretty about as close as you can get. So, of course, we see Joel then get walked out, and he said, if you can make it to the freeway, we'll give you a bag and we'll let you go, but if you try anything, we're going to fucking kill you. So he begins getting walked. These soldiers are getting pushy with him. All that. They start to go down a stairway, and Joel just he lets loose. He unleashes the beast and just starts going on a rampage. And you realize what he's going to go do.
Unleash the beast.
He unleashed the beast. I mean, that's no other way to put it. You can see the light in his eyes like go away. I mean, when he understands he's not there all the way. He's gone. He's just going.
It's just like what happened with Grogu, you know, like the first episode of the second episode
Whoa! I haven't watched The Mandalorian yet.
The second episode of The Mandalorian, you haven't watched any of it?
No, I thought you meant like the new season.
No. Come on, man. That's spoilers. I wouldn't do that to you.
Yeah,
no, but he'd do it to me.
L3R3 to go nuts right there.
Yeah, exactly. He killed a bunch of stormtroopers, and he was like, I got to get this kid out.
All right, so to get back to it, he goes through and we get a very intense scene of him just clearing shop throughout the hospital. And then we get to the wing of the hospital where they're doing the surgery on Ellie. He busts through the doors, startles them, and then it is the doctor who we all know will be important at some point. Did they show a name tag?
Did they?
No.
I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
Did they not? I was curious if anyone caught that. I was wondering if there's any Easter eggs. But
there is an
Joel...
Easter egg, actually.
Ooh, what is it?
One of the nurses is Laura Bailey.
Oh shit!
Yeah. If you look, one of the nurses is Laura Bailey.
I did not. I was in more like, oh shit, this is going down.
Okay.
The scientist who's spearheading this operation says, "I'm not gonna let you pass." He gets shot. Joel
then come back to bite Joel at all.
No. That has no lasting repercussions on him.
That's the last
whatsoever. It's gone. Sayonara. It's
That's
out
it.
there.
Do whatever it takes.
Then we see Joel grab Ellie, carry her out of the hospital, down to where he sees a car parked, He's like, awesome. A way out, all that. He goes, and we hear Marlene. Marlene begins to explain, hey, you did all this shit. I get it. I get why you did it. There's still a way out. Let's figure something out. And then, bam, and one of my favorite things, instant cut to Ellie waking up in the back of the car that was right there. And we all know what happened. And then she begins to ask all these questions. And Joel is beginning to lie. And it's just as heartbreaking as it is in the game. You're like, what choice? Was this the right choice? Is this the choice I would have made? All that kind of thing. And that hits. So they ask the questions. All that, why wasn't there a cure? And Joel says there's a lot of people who were there with it. It never has worked. They couldn't do it. They scrapped it all. And Ellie is like, I accept that. But it weighs on a little bit. We notice after the fact when they are climbing up into Montana. And we finally get to Tommy's place up there in Wyoming, not Montana. And she asks him one last time, do you swear that everything you told me is true? And he says, yes.
Swear.
Yep. And that is how we finish out The Last of Us season 1.
She knows he's lying.
Yeah, that was gonna be my big question. It's like, what does
Does she know
think?
you know?
Yeah, what does everybody think when she says, okay, like, is it one of those like she completely believes him, or?
So for me in the game, it always felt like Ellie believed him. Like, I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's what that's what I remember from the game, that she believes.
Well, it was
him.
always up for debate of like, what do people think when she says okay? Like, is it like she's like full in, like, oh, I completely believe you, or like?
Okay, this one I definitely like. You can tell there's no way in hell that she believes him.
Yeah. So originally when I first played the game, I thought like, oh well, she like she just completely believes him because
why would he lie?
Why would he lie? He's essentially like her dad now, and so like that's all she has. But now I've kind of come around to like, not that she doesn't believe him, but she's just like, well, he said he wasn't lying, and I just have to hope that he's not lying. Like, he could be, but she just believes him, not because I think she completely does. Like, I definitely think there's a lot of doubt there, but it's more she's like, okay, I believe you because I don't have anything else to believe in, basically, at this point. Like, you're all I have.
I think there's also a thing of, if you're lying, there's probably a good reason you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think she needs to know that he's so assured in that there is a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think she understands 100% that he's lying, but she needs to know that he's lying with purpose. That there was a reason that she would not understand.
Yeah.
I gotta say, you know what I've loved is that the discourse has opened up again. Like, is Joel a good person and stuff like that? It's Joel, like that discourse is back open again. 10 years old, still running strong. Because I just looked up on the internet, just like the Washington Post, CNN. Is Joel a good guy? I'm like, oh, here we go again.
If we want to open up that can of worms again.
I've been asking people on the show, like, for me, when Joel says it in the game that he's not a good person, like, I don't have anything to, like, I don't know. It's different when you're playing as Joel than when you're watching what's happening unfold. If that makes sense. Like, you're the spectator of the story as opposed to you are playing the story. So, like, in the video game, Joel says, I'm not a good person, and I fucking... like, who the fuck cares, man? You know what I'm saying? But like in this, it hits. Like, you start to think like, oh fuck, he's done a lot of bad shit, you know?
Yeah, Joel's the protagonist. He is not a good guy.
No, but that's the thing.
Sorry, right. Go ahead.
I've been saying that I don't think Joel is a good man at all, but I think he is I don't think he's an inherently bad man as well. I think he just makes. He's a person who can make good or bad actions.
Yeah.
Which
I
is
will say,
any. It really shows that this is how it is. There aren't good or bad people. There are good or bad actions.
Yeah. So everything I've heard about the creators talk about the show, and then like Craig and Neil talk about either the game or the show. Like, one, it's about. They said the central theme is like it's a love story, not necessarily romantic, but it can be. It just shows like here's how love affects people. So like Joel loves Ellie, so he's gonna kill people to save her, and like everyone's like, oh, is he a bad person? Is he a bad person? I used to be like, yeah, like clearly he is. He says he is, and then he does some stuff that's pretty awful. But then playing the second game, rewatching the show, all that, like, I don't really think in the state that the world's in the game and the show, like, there are really very few truly good people left.
Yeah. They've all died, probably.
Yeah, they've all. I mean, Sam and Henry are dead, so there aren't very many truly good people left. And like, Ellie's killed people, Joel's killed people. There's notes in the game about the Firefly doctors killing other people that they were doing tests on. So there's no conclusive evidence that would have been like, well, Ellie definitely would have, like, they definitely would have gotten the cure from Ellie. There's a really good chance that she just would have died and they wouldn't have gotten a cure.
I mean,
And she would just be another dead body.
we also get the reason with the flashback of episode 9 why Ellie is
Yeah,
immune,
me too.
which is great.
Yep.
Fantastic. I thought that was a real good.
Oh, it was
So
fantastic.
I think from like a technically like if you want to really like break it down, like
Yeah.
sure, I get what the Fireflies were trying to do. I don't think either parties went about it in a like truly like ethical way of like clearly
No,
truly,
what Joel
clearly,
did wasn't ethical.
Clearly Joel like
Wasn't it though? You know, like
clearly that wasn't good. That's like the more obvious one. But if you think about it, like what the Fireflies really wasn't that great either, because it's like, hey, this girl's knocked out. Well, we're not really going to
Let's
get this
just
choice.
take her brain
We're
out
just going to
now.
take it. Like, doesn't matter. Like, we're not going to ask her. Like, hey, do you actually want to do this? It's just that's which is.
I also think that they. I think that again, this is why I'm so interested. Like Eric said earlier, to see the discourse and stuff of all this. Because to me, when I played Last of Us, this was the moment where it all clicked for me. Was like, this was a game pushing me to be like, this is not how you would do things. This is Joel's story, and you're just controlling some parts of it. And this is when you really realize the kind of person Joel is and how much like family and that all means to him and what it means to not lose his family again. Because yeah, I can imagine, think of all the things of the past, and he starts talking about his daughter finally in some very awkward scenes, to say the least. You can see that this is all weighing on him super heavy because he feels like he's made up for what happened to his daughter almost. He's lived up to her now, to her honor at least, to honor her.
Yeah, but even for me, like when I look back at my time playing the game, and we always had that discourse. Well, online there was always that discourse of whether or not Joel's a good person when the game came out. I never thought for a second that Joel wasn't a good person when I played the game. Like everything he did was to he killed a lot of people, but it was to save this girl's life. You know, like I get it. I probably would do the same thing in his situation. You know, like.
Oh, Ruben, I would 1000% do.
Actually, yeah. Let me ask the dad of like, yeah, if you went cross country, and then they were like, hey, we have to cut your daughter's like head open and probably kill her to cure this disease. And with that, there's no choice. It's just like, hey, we're doing this.
1000% I would do what Joel did.
Yeah.
Easily. Like, even like when I played the game, I was like, Joel's doing the right thing here. Like,
Yeah.
he's literally saving this girl. He's literally saving Ellie's life. And it's like, but it's the cost of it. Like, we've all lived like this for so long. Like, and watching the show, I'm telling Tessa I'm watching it, and I'm like, even more so now with Ruby. Like, I would 1000% do this if Ruby was there in that hospital room. So I completely understand and sympathize with Joel. So yeah, that's right. I am talking about you right now.
So I guess the
So
answer is Joel is a good person.
yeah, it's just it's all in the moment. Like he's
I
literally.
don't think it's good or bad though.
I
think it was
it
just the
it,
choice to make.
it depends on the
It's
perspective.
choices.
You know?
I think
I think
Jordan's-
kind of
Reality is
the-
perspective.
I
Perspective
think
is
kind of the
reality.
point of The Last of Us, and even the second game especially, is, or at least from what I gathered from it, is like, yeah, everybody kind of sucks, and at this point, like, there's not like a. I mean, obviously there are some like stark, like, okay, don't go around, just do whatever you want, but like everybody kind of sucks, and there's not really that many good choices because like something you do is going to inadvertently screw somebody over, and like,
Oh, I know. I'm about to get you to bed here in a sec.
Yeah.
like people are going to die. It sucks. Like post-apocalyptic world sucks, and like you're going to have to make some choices, and none of them are going to be very good. So it's
Yeah,
it's hard to be-
post-apocalyptic worlds I don't want to live in. Last
Yeah.
of Us up there.
yeah, they kind of suck.
I mean, I'd say Resident Evil is up there.
And
As
they're
number
only
one.
going to really bring out. They're only really going to bring out the worst in people. So
Yeah.
Did you say Resident Evil?
Yeah.
I mean, if I could have Chris's muscles from Resident Evil 5, I think I'd be pretty
Oh, boy.
sick.
yeah,
I'm sorry. No, there's no way. I would not. No, you couldn't pay me to
Can
live
I
in a
just
Resident
get
Evil.
Leon Kennedy's
Give me
jacket?
pythons like that, Ruben, and I'll deal with it.
I have no reference to
Eric's
what you're talking
18-inch
about.
iPods are good.
Look up Chris Redfield's arms in Resident Evil 5. That thing punched a boulder.
Evil 5. And it's got
Arms in
cannons.
what? Resident Evil.
Resident
Evil.
Evil 5. That man's arm, he punched a boulder out of a path, Ruben.
I mean, yeah, but
Forgot
isn't
about
this like? Oh God! The first thing that pops up is Chris Redfield's arms are bigger than my hopes and dreams. Okay, all right. Yeah, but like, what's the best you could do with that? You know?
The man punched a boulder.
Yeah. So
You
what?
can punch through a
He
zombie.
can't punch through love, Eric. He can't punch through love. All right. There is some, I guess, breaking news that isn't really breaking. The season finale of The Last of Us reached 8.2 million viewers, breaking its own record despite the Oscar competition. And it makes you think, what would have happened if they just released it on the day of the Super Bowl? You know?
Well, it wasn't like it was growing. It wasn't where it is right now.
No, I know.
Popularity.
I know. That's just.
I do have to leave. I got to get this one to bed.
Okay.
So I will say it's been great being back on here. I had a blast talking with this. And yeah, screw the fireflies. That's all I'm going to say.
Fuck the fireflies.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Okay, there we go. Still got
I'm
it.
trying to
Still got it.
figure out the ratings for like HBO. What's had the biggest viewership?
I think
And it's-
this is still lower.
Yeah, it seems like House of the Dragon had the most. With
Yeah.
10 million.
House of the Dragon is the one that broke the old record from Game of Thrones.
But still, Last of Us is still like 8.2. Like that.
Yeah,
That's
but
not that
also-
far behind.
You have to realize that those numbers for the last House of the Dragon was after, I want to say maybe like 2 weeks after the show the season ended.
Oh.
So like there's still a chance that this could break it.
Fair. With how good one's doing. I feel like season 2's gonna be
I just want to read this comment from the post that I just read. I immediately left the Oscars at 8 p.m. My heart belongs to Pedro. Oh man. With that being said, fellas, is this the best video game adaptation of all time?
I mean, I'd say yes. Besides like Castlevania.
You're a monster. You're a fucking monster.
What?
You're a monster.
No, watch
man.
Castlevania.
No, Castlevania is fantastic, but I don't know if it's It's as best
I would
as
say it's one of those.
Sonic, you know.
I mean, there's going to be the best adaptation coming out on April 5th next month.
Which is what?
The
Mario movie.
Mario movie.
Oh, this is true. This is true. I thought you were
Yeah.
gonna say the fucking
The third Sonic.
no, the Twisted Metal Black movie TV show.
No,
Twisted
I
Metal.
did not know the date for Tristan Metal Black off the top of my head. I'm sorry.
Twisted Metal show.
I was just excited for the Mario movie and wanted to talk about that last trailer. It's real good.
Oh my god, that fucking trailer.
Fire DK, let's go.
Let's do it, man. Let's fucking do it.
I better get that in a game now.
That's never gonna happen. You'll never see that in a game.
Oh, I
never
love
see it.
DK.
I do
He's the
too.
leader of the DK crew.
Yeah, of the Kongs.
Yeah.
You ever think King Kong will probably pop up?
Where are we going with this?
I have no fucking idea. That just popped into my head. Like, how funny would it be if we just saw Donkey Kong pop up in a King Kong movie, you know?
I think it could happen.
No, I couldn't.
Warner Brothers owns Illuminations. And
Do
Illuminations
they
made the
really?
Mario. Yeah.
No fucking way.
I believe they do, don't they?
I don't know if that's true.
That may not be
NBC owns them,
true. NBC owns them.
which is weird. Oh my god. NBC's actually doing a good job.
Because Warner Brothers is Universal, right?
No, Warner Brothers is Warner Brothers Discovery.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's right. And they're changing.
Universal owns it.
Yeah. Universal owns like DreamWorks Animation.
Yeah.
The shitty one, you know. I will say HBO Max they're considering a rename. I'm sorry, this is the last topic I'll bring up.
No, this is so. I know what you're about
This
to say.
is
It's
so
fucking
stupid. They
It's
are
so
considering dropping the HBO from HBO Max, which is like
Call it
no,
Max?
huh? Just call it Max.
Call it Max?
Yep.
Because they said the name HBO scares off people. Now,
No.
I'm going to tell you a real life story.
Who's getting that scared?
My dad asked me about HBO Max when it got released. He's like, "Can I watch The Sopranos on there?" And all like the classic HBO. So, you know what sold him on it? The ability to have HBO's catalog.
Yeah, but
HBO has been putting out the best TV for the past like 30 years. Their name is worth something.
Yeah, but like you should have just told your dad like just watch better television than The Sopranos, you know?
The Sopranos is fantastic.
It's
You
really
get the
not.
fuck
It's really
out.
bad. It's really bad television, you know? Tell him to watch The Wire, all right?
He also loves The Wire, if that counts for
All
me.
right, good. Alright.
Like, no, it doesn't count for me.
I mean, it does. It
Counts for
does. It does. It does. He's got somewhat of a good taste, you know. He's watching The Wire. Any final thoughts before we close out the show? Sorry.
Yeah, I just want to summarize The Last of Us real quick.
Go for it.
With this show did something I didn't think would be possible for a while, especially after seeing the current state of video game adaptation in media. Like, yeah, Sonic 2 is good, but it's still weird and not like a video game movie. It's a mid 2000s animated, like half human, half animated comedy.
Yeah.
With Sonic in it. And I just didn't know for like where we were going for all this. And this proved to me that done right, video game adaptations can be amazing. Now, to be fair, the source material for this one, it was giving a chef a beautiful cut of Wagyu steak.
Yeah.
We were given the perfect ingredients. It's going to be real hard to fuck it up. You could. Oh, you could have. But you didn't.
Thank God they didn't.
And then just to see when people are we were all worried about like what changes would be made and how much they'd affect that. And to see pretty much every single change done be a perfect addition or subtraction from The Last of Us. I mean, again, I have to shout out episode 3 is going to go down as one of my favorite episodes of television in any piece of media, of any TV ever, not just video game adaptations. It's just one of my favorite episodes now. And to see all that is fantastic. And then to see it closed pretty well and hit the emotional marks that it needed to hit. Like, I can complain about and nitpick about the pacing and whatever, but what it needed to do was hit 3 really big emotional moments, and it hit them all perfectly. And for that, I have to say, The Last of Us, it fucking impressed me way more than I thought it was going to. A hell of a show, and this is going to go down in the history books.
You excited for season 2?
It really depends on how. They said it's going to be 2 seasons, and like how much time are we going to spend to stretching that one out? Like,
I mean,
It-
I think you could do 2 seasons. You cut it off at the.
oh, I know when you cut it
spoiler,
off,
you cut it off
it's
at a
going to
certain
piss
point.
people off when they cut it off.
I mean, yeah, but like,
But also, they said, I wonder how much is going to be, like, just living in town, hanging out, or like life in Wyoming. I could see there being a good half a season, or hell, a whole season of them doing it, and then it cuts to the game.
Oh, would be great.
yeah.
Now, I think these are all possibilities, but I am excited.
What about you, Lane?
Oh, dude, I'm so excited for season 2. If not for the beginning, talk about. Yeah. If not for that, even the stuff that like, because that's one of the bigger, I guess, spoilers. But like even the later stuff, just I'm so excited for like people that may still not play the games after this. Like what they're getting into. Since you thought the first season was intense.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
boy.
give it a couple episodes.
The rap in Bucko.
Yeah. I am also excited for season 2, but I'm kind of sad that season 2 is happening in the sense of I know it's coming, and I don't want to go through that pain all over again. Everybody's asking themselves, "Oh, is it a good time to go back to The Last of Us Part 2?" No, because it was an emotional fucking roller coaster that I took months to get me back to normal. So
He hasn't been the same since.
I
I
haven't.
don't
I
blame
really
it's a rough
haven't.
game.
But yeah, I'm excited and hope it comes soon, but not soon enough. Don't rush the process. Don't rush it. With that being said, thank you, gentlemen, for joining me to talk about The
Anytime.
Last of Us. Thank you, Eric, and especially thank you, Ruby, for staying up to talk about The Last of Us. We shall see you next time on Thursday to talk about games on the Penultimate Game Show. All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Keep slinging that meat.